On Global TV News Prime, President Tinubu to flag off United Nations Development Program Northwest Security Talk Shop Monday. Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria moves to sack touts extortionists from airports, launches task force. On the foreign scene, Israel hits United Nations Relief Aid Works Agency headquarters in Gaza City as fears of war with Hezbollah swell. And in sports, Sha'Carri Richardson secures an Olympic redemption with 100-meter win at U.S. trials. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world. News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I'm Uyi Agumofwegbe. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll begin by telling you President Bola Tinubu is expected to arrive Katsina tomorrow, June 24, to flag off a two-day security talk shop between the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, and the Northwest Governors Forum. The president is also expected to deliver a keynote address at the Northwest Peace and Security Summit in collaboration with the United Nations Development Program, tagged Regional Cooperation for Securing Lives and Livelihoods in Northwest Nigeria. A press statement by the Chief Press Secretary to Katsina State Governor Muhammad Kaula on the itinerary of President Tinubu also indicated that he will commission the ultra-modern 16-bed dialysis center, a healthcare project initiated by Governor Diko Rada at General Amadi Rimi Specialist Hospital in Batagarawa. In a different development, President Bola Tinubu has called on Nigerian civil servants who have relocated abroad and were still drawing salaries from the federal government without formally resigning their appointments to refund the money they have fraudulently collected. The president, who made this call in Abuja at the award and gala night of the 2024 Civil Service Week, where he noted that during his recent visits to South Africa, he kept abreast of the week's activities and was particularly struck by the revelations shared by the head of civil service, Dr. Folashade Yemieso, regarding employees who had relocated abroad and still collecting salaries without formally resigning. The president, who was represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, said that it is reassuring to hear that measures have been taken to address the issue, but charged that those responsible are held accountable and ensure they make restitution. The federal government, under the leadership of President Bola Tinubu, has disbursed more than 14 billion naira for the repair and maintenance of presidential air fleets in 11 months, with payments made in 11 tranches between 16th July 2023 and 25th of May this year. This new development comes amidst plans by the National Assembly to approve the purchase of 2 new aircraft after it was discovered that the president's 19-year-old Boeing 737 and some of the other aircrafts in the fleets are dysfunctional. The House of Representatives Committee on National Security and Intelligence had listed the purchase in its technical subcommittee report, which some experts estimate may cost over 918 billion naira. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, Abia State University Uturu chapter, has said its members have not been paid their April and May 2024 salaries. However, the state government had announced that it had paid the lecturers. Senior Special Assistant to Governor Alex Oti on Public Communication, Dodo Okafor, stated that the funds have been made available for the payment of outstanding salaries and attributed any delay to technical difficulties due to the migration of the institution to the Treasury Single Account Framework, noting that some workers have started receiving their salaries for the months of April and May. The Defense Headquarters says operational adjustments have been made by the military to prioritize the protection of farmers to ensure a successful rainy season farming across the country. Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, made this known while giving updates on the operations of armed forces in Abuja. Buba noted that the operations were part of efforts to address the security challenges that prevented farmers from going to their farms and resulted in high cost of food in the country. The Nigerian Air Force has commenced investigation into the death of a 15-year-old student of Air Force Comprehensive School, Kaduna, identified as Blaise Felix Aliu. A statement issued by Air Force spokesperson, Air Vice Marshal Edward Gaboit, stated that the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Bubakar, and Air Force family are saddened by the painful and unfortunate incidents of the untimely death of the student. Amidst the controversy that has trailed the Kano Emirate tussle, Kano State government has earmarked the sum of 99.9 million naira for the renovation of Nasarawa Mini Palace, where the 15th Emir of Kano, Aminu Ado Bayero, currently resides. The State Commissioner of Information, Halilu Dantiye, made the statement while briefing newsmen on the outcome of the State Executive Council meeting chaired by Governor Abba Yusuf. The Managing Director of the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, Olubunmi Kuku, has taken a decisive step towards eliminating touting, extortion, and illicit activities at the airports by establishing a dedicated task force to monitor activities at the airports managed by the agency. Kuku also announced plans to establish magistrate courts at international airports to expedite the legal process for prosecuting offenders. The task force has been mandated to enforce discipline among airport staff and maintain a culture of professionalism at all levels. Airstrikes by the Nigerian Air Force aircraft have destroyed 13 illegal refining sites and 7 Cotonou boats in Rivers, Bayelsa, and Imo states. The airstrikes also destroyed 5 J5 buses attempting to siphon stolen crude oil from surface tanks. Air Force spokesman Air Vice Marshal Edward Gaboit, who announced this in a statement, said the airstrikes were carried out between June 18 and 22 this year. The federal government has advised Nigerians to imbibe good personal and environmental hygiene to curb the spread of cholera in the country. Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Environment, Mahmoud Kambari, said this at an event to commemorate the 2024 National Environmental Sanitation Day in Piwoyi, a suburb community in the Federal Capital Territory. The National Environmental Sanitation Day is held on June 28 yearly to create adequate awareness of the significance of personal and environmental hygiene among Nigerians. Director General of the Nigerian Employers Consultative Association, NECA, Adewale Oyerinde, has encouraged the federal government to adopt alternative policies to foster growth and development in the private sector. The Director General of the association also noted that new reforms of government are impacting national life differently, stating that the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association aims to facilitate opportunities for government's interaction with organized businesses and its reforms, stating that the summit focuses on connecting the reforms with the private sector rather than scrutinizing them. There has been a fire incident at Christ's Embassy Church located in the Oregon area of Ikeja, Lagos State, headed by Pastor Chris Oyakhilome. The fire, which reportedly broke out in the early hours of today, has caused significant damage to the church property, sending shockwaves throughout the community and beyond.
This is Christ's Embassy, Oregon. As you can see, say go sound on the church. Say people don't dey inside church, yeah?
Director of Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, Margaret Adesheye, has however stated that the fire has now been brought under control. Socio-Economic Crisis and Accountability Project SERAP has sent a complaint to the World Bank Inspection Panel urging it to probe allegations of corruption in the spending of the loans and other funding facilities obtained by the federal government of Nigeria, as well as 36 state governors, to review the implementation of all bank-funded projects by successive governments since 1999. SERAP urged the inspection panel to determine the extent to which bank management has followed or is following the World Bank's operational policies and procedures applicable to the design, appraisal, and implementation of all bank finance projects in the country. Plateau State Governor Caleb Mofrank has hosted representatives from the International Finance Corporation of the World Bank Group in a bid to attract investments aimed at revitalizing the state's industrial sector. The meeting was led by Don Croft, Regional Industry Manager for Infrastructure in Central Africa and Anglophone West Africa. In a statement by spokesman Gyang Bere, emphasized the need for partnerships to revive several legacy projects that have been abandoned in the state in order to put them to productive use for the benefit of people of the state. He called for investment in the power sector, agricultural value chain, storage, irrigation systems, the revitalization of Jos Wildlife Park to boost tourism and generate revenue. You're watching News Prime, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using our Global TV NG and other handles as you now see on your screen. When News Prime returns, President Tinubu celebrates as Nigeria sells gold, injects $5 million into economy. We'll have those details and more for you right after this short break. Please do stay with us.
Welcome to Bayes University, Abuja, Nigeria, with a legacy of excellence and a vision for nurturing future leaders. Bayes University is in a league of its own. We're all about our people, processes, and technology.
Bayes is one of the highly rated universities in Nigeria in terms of product quality standards.
We don't just produce graduates, but groom people into employers of labor.
And it has made us understand that learning is all about three things. We learn, we unlearn, and we relearn.
Bayes University Hospital offers a range of specialized services equipped with the latest technology, manned by a team of trusted professionals. And now, our vision extends beyond our walls with the Baba Ahmed University in Kano following our lead. Join us at Bayes University and invest in your future today.
Bayes University is the institution that you will get the best value for money education in Nigeria.
Bayes University. Learn to live.
This is Global Television bringing you a live broadcast of News Prime with Thuyi Agumofwegbe. We appreciate you for staying with us. Now let's take you to the foreign scene where Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant has headed to Washington to discuss the next phase of the Gaza war and escalating hostilities on the border with Lebanon, where exchanges of fire with Hezbollah have stoked fears of wider conflict. In the meantime, Israeli fighter jets have targeted a place very close to the gates of United Nations Relief and Works Agency's main headquarters in Gaza City. Earlier in the war, the Israeli military had stormed this headquarters, even setting the building on fire. After Israeli forces withdrew, the building was turned into an aid warehouse where families used to wait for long hours in order to get parcels of food. And in business, the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, has commended President Bola Tinubu for backing reforms in the solid minerals sector. He assured that the National Gold Purchase Program would enhance the country's reserves and strengthen the value of the naira. During the presentation of the latest gold bar sourced from artisanal and small-scale gold miners, refined by an agency under the ministry called the Solid Minerals Development Fund, Alake highlighted that the refined gold will be sold to the Central Bank of Nigeria to bolster foreign reserves. The repeated slump in Nigeria's monthly oil output since January this year has resulted in a revenue loss of about 636.3 billion naira. Oil production data from a federal government agency indicated that Nigeria produced 1.43 million barrels of crude oil in January this year, but these nosedived to 1.25 million barrels per day in May. Nigeria has recorded a commercial transaction of raw gold sales at the London Bullion Market Association. Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, disclosed this when he said the sales have delivered a $5 million increase in Nigeria's foreign reserves, 70 plus kilograms of gold refined to the London Bullion Market, good delivery standard, and successful aggregation of locally mined gold, thereby injecting about $6 billion into the rural economy. Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited, Mele Kyari, says 2.2 billion standard cubic feet of gas will be delivered into the national gas network as the Obiafu Obrikam Oben, also called OB3 gas pipeline project, nears completion. Kyari spoke during an inspection tour of the OB3 pipeline River Niger crossing operation at Abo, Delta State, while expressing delight at the adoption of innovative technology, signaling the imminent completion of the project. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has instructed all Nigerian fund managers to provide detailed information regarding their exposure to the recently liquidated Heritage Bank. The Commission's head of monitoring department, Tarfa Mukir, stated this in a signed circular to the president of the Fund Managers Association of Nigeria, noting that the Commission demands comprehensive data on fund managers' investments in Heritage Bank to be submitted no later than June 30, 2024 via email. It also stated that the SEC is particularly concerned about the potential impact of the capital market and sought to understand the extent of proprietary and client funds tied to the bank. On entertainment, Big Brother Naija star Adekunle Olakbade has confirmed his breakup with Venita Akpofure, his former partner from the All Stars edition. Adekunle described their relationship in the house as real, but declined to use the word love, implying a deep connection but not necessarily romance. And now let's turn to sports for you. World 100-meter champion Sha'Carri Richardson has earned a place for Olympics redemption after winning the 100 at the U.S. Athletics Trials, booking her tickets to the Paris Games. 3 years after a positive marijuana test saw her kicked off the U.S. team for the Tokyo Olympics, Richardson captured the women's 100 final in 10.71 seconds, with Melissa Jefferson second in 10.80 seconds, and Twanisha Terry third in 10.89 seconds. The groups of the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup 2024 have been unveiled in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. This marks the first time the Dominican Republic will host a FIFA tournament set to take place from October 16 to November 3, 2024. The Flamingos are drawn with the host nation, while Kenya and Zambia are in Group C and D, respectively. And now, as we end News Prime on Global Television, here's a quick look at some of our top stories. President Bola Tinubu has been scheduled to flag off United Nations Development Program Northwest Security Talk Shop tomorrow. The Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria is now set to move against touts extortionists from airports as it launches task force. On the foreign scene, Israel has hit United Nations Relief and Works Agency headquarters in Gaza City as fears of war with Hezbollah swell. And in sports, we told you Sha'Carri Richardson has secured Olympic redemption with 100-meter win at U.S. trials. And that's it on News Prime, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Remember, we're on Star Times channel 276. So we urge you to kindly follow us on all social media platforms using our Global TV NG and other handles as you now see on your screen. I'm Uyi Agumofwegbe. On behalf of the entire production team here in Abuja, we say thank you for investing your time with us on News Prime tonight. We'll see you again.